Welcome to Barnstable Today. I'm Nick Cortez.
And I'm Kevin Friel. We'd like to remind you right at the top that the meetings we cover are available on demand at the town's website. Log on at www.town.barnstable.ma.us.
You know, more and more live programming is cropping up on Barnstable Channel 18, and recently the town's Recreation Commission was added to the already long list of board and committee meetings that you can watch as they happen. At Monday's meeting, the commission heard from Bruce Murphy of the Cotuit Athletic Association, who recapped 2009 and gave a look ahead to this year at the home of the Cotuit Kettleers baseball team, Lowell Park.
Okay, Bruce Murphy with the Cotuit Athletic Association, and just to give the board just an update of how we did this season and how things went and how the field, what we did down there for improvements. We've been having, you probably heard in the fall, we had some vandalism down there, some spray painting that were on the buildings. It was pretty much in town on the streets, but they did several of the buildings, and it wasn't pleasant. So we had the sheriff crew come down and clean it immediately the day after, before we could even wait for to see if we could get the town to work on it. We had to get the sheriff's crew down there because it wasn't just appropriate for the public. So we had that vandalism, but besides that, the park has been very well used by us, the baseball, and of course, in the fall, in the spring, we have the partnership with Sturgis, and I'll be meeting with them next week. They've added a JV team, and we've been able to work that into their field use in the spring. So that's worked out well. We've been able to work around their use of the field, so when we could still maintain the cutting schedule. That seems to be the difficult part, is because we're still cutting it 2 to 3 times a week, and a lot of times our volunteers are cutting it in the afternoons, and that's when Sturgis has been using it every day. So we've been trying to cut different volunteers. We've been able to work around that, and then on the weekends, so that's worked out well. Worked with the Legion to do a few games at the beginning of the season before we get up and going, and then in the fall we're working with either a men's team or a Babe Ruth team. And this year it seemed to rain quite a bit on the Sundays carried through, so we had trouble getting those games in. But that seems to get the fall use. That seems to work out well. We moved, we got a new scoreboard, moved it from the old location in left field more to left center, and cleared out where we had the old scoreboard, and kind of cleared out, made like a little grove up there so people can sit up there. We have park benches around the side, so it stays active. The one problem we've had troubles with from time to time is just dogs on the field, and we put signs up, they come down, and we're just concerned that when you get too many dogs on the field, especially when it's soft now, the bigger dogs, when they just run, bring up some divots. And besides leaving their business that stain the field, it's really not a dog park. And we try to tell them to, walk on the outside, which most of them do, and, they use the woods. Team-wise for next season, it's up on the website. We've got some exciting players coming in. We've been to the finals the last 2 years. And just been depleted with injuries and pitching the last 2 years. You just don't know who's going to be healthy down the stretch. We do have one player coming in named Uskrimsky, so I think he'll be an interesting one of the godsons coming in. So I think that will be interesting to follow. He's going to be a freshman down at Clemson, so we'll see how that goes.
People have been really good over the years and been here for a while, and it's just a gem of a field, along with McKeon Field. It's the 2 fields that we have in the town of Barnstable are great. The 2 associations are great. Put out a great product every year after year. I salute the work you people do.
And if I could, Mr. Chair, and Mr. Murphy mentioned it earlier, what's nice to see is that there are a number of groups using it, both in the spring and in the fall. Much more than maybe in the past.
Right.
And that's really a pleasant positive that's happening out there. And we all know that, that Lowell Park, what a name it has. It reaches out in the New England area, or if not further, as far as when people get a chance to visit or play. You hear the comments, Bruce, so They really take care. And how long has it been since the major upgrade with the field? That's only about a year?
Yeah, about two,
It's been
3
two-
years,
yeah.
yeah.
Really?
Later, the Recreation Commission heard an update from Hyannis Youth and Community Center Program Coordinator Melanie Van Cleek about membership at the HYCC and how programming at the center has progressed over its first few months of operation.
Membership, how's membership going at the youth center?
Very well. Bigger than we expected as far as numbers go. Even adults, want to come off the track. We've had some really great numbers so far, especially New Year's resolutions. People are coming in wanting to lose a few pounds, start some exercising. So they've started to come to use the track and the gym. So.
Opening since September, and we already have close to 2,000 members.
What is the youngest age group that is offered organized sports or organized activities?
We actually have a top basketball. That's probably the most. Oh, and top soccer. We have a couple of sports right now that we're working on in the gym. So we have tots, which
That's
is
kindergarten, 5 years old?
18 months, I believe. It's,
Really?
Yeah, toddlers.
Really?
Yep. So right now that's new for us. So a lot of the little ones.
But in the basketball, our hoops are able to be lowered, and so we're able to lower them for the 3rd grade, the 4th grade, and up, depending if we want 9-foot hoops, 8-foot hoops, 7-foot hoops.
Yep, I think it goes as low as 8 feet. So.
Are you involved in the Saturday basketball program?
I have 4th and 5th grades, so
Okay.
Tuesday, Wednesday I'm after school, and now starting this coming Saturday, we play our 4th and 5th grade boys and girls games on Saturdays.
Good.
Any thought in the area of leadership skills, good citizenship skills in conjunction with recreational activities?
I've kind of been poking around with the idea of doing some community service-based projects with some of the kids, just so that they can learn how the community gives to them and they're able to give back to the community. Kind of start them young. I mean, I was started young on it, and it's paid forth tenfold, so... I would really like the kids to, either they come up with a project or we can set something forth for them that they can
And
do to
sometimes
give
the
back.
older kids helping the younger kids and kind of creating that cycle so that when the younger kids become the older kids, they're the leaders, and it's a continuous process.
We've had a lot of just the teenagers, the high school students who will step in and they help the kids with their homework, or they'll teach them how to use the internet, or just, there's a lot of fun interactive stuff that we've started, so yeah.
Busy place down at the youth center. The action at the youth center. You got the you got the rock night. You've got a game going on. So I mean, you've got 2,500 people. There's a lot of action there. So it's working out well.
Any problems? I have a bunch of friends in the police force who haven't mentioned much about.
Not too much. There's every once in a while you'll get a bad egg, but it's expected.
Now let's take a look at the meeting schedule for the remainder of the week. On Wednesday, January 6th at 6 o'clock, the Cape Cod Commission will host a Yarmouth Road Willow Street Corridor Project informational meeting. Also on Wednesday the 6th at 7 p.m., the Hyannis Main Street Waterfront Historic District Commission will meet. And then on Thursday, January 7th, the Town Council will meet at 7 o'clock in the Town Hall hearing room.
Well, that's all the time we have for now. For Kevin Friel, I'm Nick Cortez. We'll see you next time on Barnstable Today.